I've told you the tale of the dark room at the furniture company headquarters, and I've told you about the 3 a.m. interruption that occurred every night in those same headquarters. This tale is a little different. This occurrence followed the previous occurrences. It's one of the last things to happen. One of the last times I was at that location. I was not feeling well. However, I had been unable to find someone to cover the shift for me. So I went in. I wasn't sick or anything like that. But I had clearly eaten something that did not agree with me, and my body was in a hurry to clear out my system, we'll say. And this was the overnight. I went in and relieved second shift, and they left, and I tried to get myself settled and put off, making my way to the bathroom for as long as I could. Tried to get, all my logs started, and make the calls that needed to be made, arm the alarm, which needs to be done on third shift, and just get everything as set as I possibly could before I, excused myself from my place in the camera monitoring bay and to go and have a mini death in the restroom. And, to make a long story short, and I'll try to not to be too awfully graphic about it, I spent a lot of time that night in the bathroom. Not all my chores got done when they were supposed to, because I was afraid to go too far away from the bathroom. Late in the night, I'd reached the point where I truly was just tired of using the bathroom. Every time I think I'm done, my stomach goes and I end up heading back. It was irritating, frustrating, and demoralizing. And no one knows, it's only me there, but still, it's not exactly the kind of thing I want to be dealing with. And on the subject of things I didn't want to deal with, whatever it was that occupied this building at night was on the list. I was in the bathroom. The bathroom was down the hall from the camera bay. If you came out of the camera bay and took an immediate left, just 40 feet down the hall, if that, is where the bathroom was. It was a big, handicap accessible bathroom, and it always had a wheelchair in it. Don't know why it had a wheelchair in it, but it always had a wheelchair in it, just pushed off to the side there. I heard noise out in the hallway whilst I was using the bathroom. It was slight, I dismissed it as, my brain playing tricks on me, but I could have swore I heard somebody walking. Nobody's in the building except me. It's 3:30 in the morning. Maybe closer to 4. Nobody's there yet. But I could have swore I heard walking, but I dismissed it. Then the lights went out, which freaked me out pretty good. I waved my hands around. The light switch wasn't reachable from where I was. I couldn't remember if this bathroom had a motion switch or not. A lot of times, places like this, they replace the old-fashioned toggle switches with motion switches. I waved my hands around hoping it was a motion switch, and the light came back on. I sighed a sigh of relief till I looked over at the light switch and realized it wasn't a motion switch. I looked up at the ceiling to see if there was an occupancy sensor. There was not. There was no reason why that light would have went off. And there was even less of a reason why it would have came on when I waved my hands. As all of this began to occur to me, the wheelchair that had always sat in the same place all the years that I'd been visiting this place rolled across the floor and into the door. I was done. Whether or not I was actually done, didn't matter. I was done. Quick as I could, cleaned myself up, and I got the fuck out of that bathroom. I never used that bathroom again, regardless of time of day. This was unsettling, but it didn't have the same ominous feel to it that some of the other experiences did. This seemed almost taunting. There was something playful about it. Not that that makes it any better. It's hard to explain what your brain does in those moments after you see something that should not be possible. I'll say this much, though. It brings a whole new meaning to the phrase, scared the shit out of me.